All right, so now we are starting our little live stream here. Let's kind of wait and see what's going on here. All right, there we go. We are live. All right, so now we are starting our little live stream here. Volume off there, so I'm not get through the technical BS. All right, guys, I'm Victor James. For those of you who don't know me, I'm going to try to make this a nasty habit of doing this every Wednesday, a live stream course on backing tracks. Don't know, besides playing in the band Fancy Jimmy Century and our previous band Simon Singer, I also do several other things. I have a video production company, and also I have a backing tracks website. And for clients or people just cruising by and want to learn about backing tracks in Ableton, well, that's what we're going to work on. So while we get working on that stuff, though, I got to get comfortable and get my Nicorette gum going in my mouth. Just kind of waiting for people to come in. Well, what do you guys think about what's going on in the world today, huh? Wow. Let me tell you, they just like completely destroyed the whole gate to Elvis Presley's house. Really? The guy who probably supported, BLM the most, and you're going to destroy his house. That makes so much sense, but everyone knows there's money behind that, paying these people to do that stuff. Anyhow, okay, everything seems to be working. And now we're going to go on to backing tracks. All right, let me get this beautiful picture of me. This is the website, by the way, backingtrackscustom.com. And if you want to check things out, get pre-made stuff already pre-set up. And let me go over here and show you. Come on, get out of my way. All right. So basically, if you get tracks from us, this is how they're kind of set up. They're set up pretty much already in Ableton. In this kind of realm, you have your count in, click, your others, which is just other kind of track: drums, percussion, bass, keyboards, horns, guitars, backup vocals, lead vocals, and guitar. Hey, what's up, man? How you doing? What's it? JDD drummer. Nice. All right, cool, man. Oh, cool. You're using the follow plugin. Sorry, the screen I'm looking at with the comments is kind of far away, so it's out of the way of the camera, so it takes me a while to focus in and see what you actually just said. That's great, man. Well, hey, today we have two different views. You have basically your clip view, and you have your live view or session view, whichever you want to call it. And today, as we kind of talked in our last live stream, I was talking to you guys about how to play in this view. And in this view this is how we usually play. Like when you get the tracks from us, they're over here, or if you set them up. And this is a good way too. And like JDD drummer, is that what it is? Anyhow, he's using a plugin called Follow, which works really great, and we'll get into that at some point in another live stream, I'm sure. But this is kind of the same method. With Follow, it'll basically go from one song to the next song to the next song until you put stopping points in, and you can also do that with a foot switch, really quick. Sorry about the big loud boo noise, but I live in Vegas, and the air conditioner blowing, and I'm not going to turn it off. But anyhow, so back to Follow. So Follow, basically, it's a plugin, and it'll actually automatically go from one song to the next song to the next song, or you can split the songs up. And hey, there's Alicia. Talking to me. Hey, Alicia, can you hear me out there? I'm going to make sure the audio is coming through. I'm going to play the music so Alicia can make sure you can hear the music.
Intro, 2, 3, 4.
Yeah.
Intro, 2, 3, 4.
All right, let me know if you can hear that. The music playing too, because I have the kind of different setup today. But back to Follow. So Follow, basically, it'll go from one song to the next song to the next song to the next song until you put stopping points in there. Cool. Okay, Alicia says we can hear the music. And also, hey, if you guys are watching, Super Chat is enabled, and I definitely appreciate that. But anyhow, Follow. The Follow plugin will do that. You can actually split the song up. Music can be a little louder. All right, so hold on, let me just fix this music part a little bit.
Intro 2, 3, 4.
Sorry about the gum chewing again.
3, 4.
Okay, so anyhow, you can also split the songs up, and we'll actually get to that in another tutorial or another live stream later too as well, where you can split the songs up, verse, bridge, chorus, and follow. We'll actually go through those verse, bridge, and choruses for you, and then loop parts too. But this is kind of the same idea. Like basically, like when we play sets, I design all my songs here, get them in the set, and then I move them over to this tab, and that's basically up here in the right-hand corner. You can click between the two views of Ableton, or you can actually just hit the tab key on your keyboard, and it'll go back and forth. And that's what we're going to use to move these tracks over. But when we're playing live, we're actually using this view, and I just set my whole set is pretty much just set up all the way going straight down. So basically, we hit play, and it just goes. And then there's a few breaking points where the set will stop, and then at least you can talk to the audience. And I have a couple loop markers where I just use this basic loop marker up here, where it's basically you can just highlight a section and just loop section, and it'll just keep looping that section over and over again until you turn this loop marker off right here. And you can also automate that, and I'll do that for like extended solos or whatever in parts of songs. But that's how we're going to get in today. Is we're going to get into showing you how to actually move your sets from here over to this side, and then set up. You have to automate your tempo. And we're going to get into and showing you that too. And also, if you guys have any questions, you're stuck on, feel free to ask, and we'll let you know about what I can get to about as far as that goes. Blah 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 blah. Sorry about my mumbling. All right, but let's get to work. So all right, so we're going to take our first song here from the very top. We're going to click on it, and the only reason to click on it is because I click on it. Like I said, if you get songs from us, or even if you do them yourself, you want to name your song, whatever the song is, and then you want to have the BPM right here. So like this is 115 BPM, and spelt pretty much just like that. And you just right click and click rename, and type in the BPM, and that way it sets the BPM. It tells Ableton to change the BPM up here. So as you can see, the second song is 117 BPM. If I click on that, it just changed the BPM to 117. But now we got to automate that on the other side so we can put these songs together. So basically, what we're going to do is start the top song, and that just tells Ableton we want 115. We're going to click on the lead vocal line, or whichever clip here. If there's a clip here you want to clip on there. You just want to click on the very last clip to the right-hand side. Hold down Shift on your keyboard, and then click on the count-in clip, and that highlights all the clips. And then hold your mouse straight down on the count-in clip. So basically, get ready to drag these over to someplace else. I can drag them down here or whatever. Hold them like that. Keep it down, and then just hit the Tab key. When you hit the Tab key, it'll bring you over to this window. And now, since my mouse was holding down the count-in clip, I want to make sure that I drop that on the count-in line. So I'm going to go up here to the front. I'm going to just find myself a nice little marker here, and I'm going to drop that right there. And you can see my BPM is still at 115. But you can see this. I'm going to get that lined up. If I go up here to the top where the little tape measure thing is, and you can just hold your mouse down and pull, and that makes the timeline bigger or smaller. By pulling down makes it bigger, pushing up makes it smaller. I'm going to pull this up. Now these are still all highlighted. If they weren't, they'd look like that. And I would just click on the top one, go down, hold Shift, click on the bottom one, highlights them all. I'm going to drag this up to a 1. This is a 1 right here. And then from there, what we're going to do is now we're going to activate this window. So I'm going to activate this window by clicking this little orange button here. Now this window is active, so I can...
Intro 3, 4.
Whoops.
Intro breakdown 3, 4.
All right, now you can see that this song right here, this song lines up on the grid really good. You can see the click and see how it's lined up on the grid. Some of these songs, that you get from us or put in your own, they might not line up on the grid. It might be a tempo that says about that. And so it really don't matter if you're working in this window doing that kind of thing, because these tracks right here, they're not warped. Well, they are warped. This one's actually warped, but they're warped as they moved over, so they'll kind of stay in place. But if you have stuff and it's kind of being weird, just take the warp off. Just click on each clip, take the warp off, click on each clip, take the warp off. But we're not going to do that for right now. All right, so let's go down and me quit babbling, and we are going to close this little scene window right here by just clicking this little down arrow. I'll close that. I'm going to bring up my master fader, and you can't see the automation stuff because you got to go up here and click on this little tab right here. Now we can see automation, and why am I not seeing all the automation? And I am going to go to, why am I not seeing all of it? Sorry. Awkward. I am not. All right, I'm going to go up here and go show automation. There we go. So it can also just go up to your tempo up here at the right top, right click and click show automation if you're having trouble getting it to show from that window. All right, so you can see our automation window right here. Now I want this BPM to be automated to 115. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this number right here. I'm going to make that 115. I'm going to hit enter. Now it's all the way down here. Actually, you know what? I'm sorry. Strike that. I'm going to make this 60. And I make this second number 115. There. And now I need to make that a little. Now I'm going to take my little marker pencil here, and I'm going to take it and I'm going to draw all the way up like this, and then bring that down just so I have a place that I know, okay, so now this is automated. So it's going to stay at 115. So the next one I can draw in the number of the automation there. Nice, man. Thank you. Epic. All right, so now we've got the first song in here. Tempo's going to stay at 115. So it's playing out. You watch my tempo up here. When it gets to that little automation, now it just changed to 81.20. We're going to change that in a second. All right, now we're going to go back over, grab our second song. Our second song is Peg, so it's 117 BPM. We're going to just let it click on start, so that changes that to 117. And we're going to highlight the last right track, and then go over and hold down shift and highlight all the way to the count in track. That highlights them all. We're going to hold down our mouse on the count in, hit the tab key. That'll flip us over there. I'm going to drop that top one right back down on the count in line. There we go. Now what we're going to do is we got to highlight this down here. So let's activate this window, which means I got to hit this little orange button. All right. Now our tempo is still all messed up. So what we're going to do is we need to re-automate that and make this 117. So what we're going to do is change this one to keep that 120 and change this to 117. And boom. All right, now we're going to grab our little pencil tool, and I am going to take this from a little further into that song because I want to kind of blend these together. So I'm actually going to take it right here, and I'm going to just the reason when I put this 117, all I have to do is hold the pencil up, see above there, and it'll automatically make everything straight into 117. So this down here, go up like that. So that's all automated to 117. Now I want to get this song to come in, so it comes in right after this second song. So it's going to stop. I'll have a count in.
Intro, breakdown, 3, 4.
I'm actually going to put these clicks together. So what we'll do is I'm actually going to go up here and get rid of my pencil tool. I'm going to highlight the top track, scroll way down to the bottom, hold down shift, highlight the bottom track, and then I'm just going to take these and move them in. So now it's going to go. So now I can just take this. I want to drag my tempo right to here. So a couple ways. You can also just copy here. Just highlight a measure and hit Command C on a Mac. On a PC, I have no idea what the shortcut would be, but it'd be something C. And then I can just go over here and click here and hit Command V. Now it just copied that tempo and put it in there. So now I can grab top track, bottom track, hold down shift and hold bottom track. Now hold all those, and then I can just move them right in. So now you can see that cut off a little bit of audio there. So I'm going to just grab this audio and I'm going to drag it out a little bit. Make sure that whole end of that song comes across. And what is that one? Oh, that's cool. All right. Good enough. And this one. There we go. So now, now if I come out of the first song, you're going to watch my tempo up here. So anyhow, that's how you kind of get, and then we just keep building. But so what I usually do when we starting off our set is I'll add a marker here, and I'll just call that intro. So I can just right click and rename it intro. I don't have a 3-camera shoot going on right now. I just have the single camera. But basically, you can highlight the. You can just click on this, and then you can go over to MIDI, and you can map that to a controller or even like your keyboard on your on your computer. Like I can just, let me see if I can. I'll make that. Okay, I can't right now. Oh, that's because I'm going through a different setup. But normally you can just, if you have any MIDI controller hooked up, you can just click on it. Click on whatever thing you want to map that to. It'll map that, and we'll get into that on another video. But basically, I just put a marker there, turn off MIDI, and then I'll map that marker, and then I'll also map my stop button too. So I'll click on that, hit a stop button on my keyboard controller, and then that way when we get to the next break, I'll actually just be able to stop it, or I can do it with a foot switch. I don't have my foot switch here, but I have a little foot switch. You can map it to a MIDI foot switch, a USB MIDI foot switch, and that works as well. And yeah, let's keep building. And then I'm actually going to show you how to put videos into this too. So you can either sync videos up in your set, so like on video monitors, or like when we went out, we were playing a bunch of shows, on festivals and that kind of stuff with like Dead Mouse and those guys. They have big LED monitors. We could just run them an HDMI feed from our computer, my MacBook computer that was on there, run them HDMI feed. They could stick it in their videos things, and it went up on the big video displays, which was kind of cool. Or, a lot of people will actually, they'll line their lyrics videos up in there, and they'll put them in there. You have to sync your lyric videos, in a different program, but then as soon as they're the same length, pop them in there, and as you're playing, your lyrics will scroll up on the screen. Let me go over here and see how many people got watching now. 3. Whoops. Anyhow, all right, we're going to keep going this. So anyhow, let's go ahead and take this. Watch the tempo. Did that work? Oh. Why is that not? Oh. There we go. Yeah, if that happens to you, this thing's orange. Just unhighlight that orange. Now, if you watch tempo up here, 115. Get up a little closer. 115. 117. So let's do one more song, and then we'll kind of get into getting videos and stuff in there. All right. So we're gonna go over here. We're gonna grab our next song, and that is the tempo on that. If I click on it, it's 120. Yeah, we're not gonna do that one. Let's do one. There we go. We'll grab this song, "Freeway of Love." It's 126 BPM. So 126 BPM. Again, we're gonna grab the right track, hold down shift, hold down the count in track, highlights them all, hold that count in track down, hit the tab key, bring it over here, we're going to drop it over here, right off there, and then bring this down a little bit. Again, if you don't know how to control that, I'm just going up here to the little timeline grid, and you see the hourglass, or the spectre glass, whatever you would call it, anyhow, and that you can just slide back and forth, or if you hold down and pull down, the screen gets bigger. If you hold down and push up, the screen gets smaller. Pretty easy. All right, now we've got to automate our tempo down here. We know that the tempo is 126. We're going to enable this side, so we're going to click on here, boom, and we're going to bring our automation back down here because you can see it's kind of grayed out. We want our automation back here. I'm going to leave it alone for right now until I get this automated. So I'll make this, we have that at 20 just so we can see our automation. Actually, I'm going to make that a little bigger. I'll make that like 60. There we go. And I'll make this 126 because I can see the automation up here for that. Or the tempo for this song is 126. I'll hit enter. Boom. Now we're going to have this song come in. Let's see where it comes in at.
4, 2, 3, 4.
So we're going to have it come in. You know what? We're going to have it come in right here. So I'm going to automate my tempo to right there. So I'm going to grab my little pin and I am going to draw up. Whoops, undo that. Draw up and then just keep going. And just hold your pin up high after you click here. Just hold it up high and it'll keep that right at this top line of 126. That way you don't got to try to draw it straight. You can just, basically come in anywhere. As long as you're holding up high, it'll draw it in at 126. And right, hope that makes sense. And then now let's go back here. Click on the top track, go down here and click on the bottom track. Oh, I'm sorry. Click on the top track. Wow, English. Click on the top track, hold down Shift, and then scroll down and click on the bottom track. Highlights them all, and then you can just move the whole thing over. We are going to move that right up to where that stops, right there, where this kind of rings out a little bit. You can move it to wherever you want, but that's where we're going to move it to. And then I'm going to bring the track back on this track just so you can see that ring out still happens. Same with this one. And same with this one. And this one. And that's about it. So now check this out. So now we're going to bring our automation back for our tempo by just turning this little yellow arrow off. Orange yellow off. So now you can see the tempo is back all automated. So now I come out of this song. This song is 117, 126.
Intro 2, 3, 4.
All right. So say after the third song, we want to kind of just take a break and talk to the audience. So what we're going to do, let me just check something here real quick. So we're going to take a break, and what we're going to do is we're going to add a stop marker. So just come over here, highlight this, make this a little bigger, put a stop marker right here, anywhere. Add, boom, whoops. And we're going to make this stop. And again, we'll get this in another live tutorial video. Just click on that, go over here to hit MIDI, and then map it to the stop button. But after you do that once, all you have to do is basically just, I guess you do have to keep mapping into when's the stop button, sorry. So yeah, map to the stop button. So we're going to map that to the stop button. All right, and then we're going to add another stop marker, a couple of measures down. And basically all we'll do is, this will be called set 2, or what is called 2 right now. So 2, so we just had a little break. We stopped. And then basically do the same thing over again here. So another talking. Whoever's running this, just click on the 2 marker. When you're ready to go, just basically hit go, and it'll automatically start from that start marker. Or you can map it to a keyboard too, but same thing. And for just real quick, what we'll do is we'll just take this and highlight all these. Just so it looks like we actually build this up, but I'm not going to do that again. We'll get into putting some videos in there. I'm going to highlight all that, and we are going to duplicate it. I'm going to move that down here to our... All right, so there. Basically just brought all the, I'm just adding that down there so you guys can kind of, it looks like something's there. All right, so now what we're going to do is we're going to go through and let's put a video in so you guys can have some videos. And another thing too that's really cool about this mode is, you can add a MIDI track in. So if I click here and I'm going to say add, I'm going to click on create, insert MIDI track, and I'll call this, rename it DMX lighting, and then you can actually run this out to a MIDI DMX lighting board, and then you can program your DMX lights, and then play them back with the Ableton live set. I'm not set up to show you guys how to do that right now, but we'll do that on another live stream. I also have a course, a full course. So in the description, there's a course over on my Udemy course, and take that. It's pretty cheap, and it goes through a bunch of stuff step by step. It's a lot easier because you can actually just go from 3-minute video to 3-minute video. Some of them are a little bit longer, but you can be like, well, how do I reroute my audio through my mixing board? And you just click on that video. Or how do I send a click to my drummer and click on that video? Or basically, how do I mix a certain track? Click on that video. So it's pretty cool. It's packed full of different videos. Just a little bit of self-promotion there. All right, so yeah, back to DMX. Yeah, so if you have a DMX MIDI board, you can actually hook that up, program the board, and then use MIDI clips to trigger your scene. So you can basically have a MIDI clip that's the length of your show, and it'll run your whole light show. The same thing with you can duplicate that, and we'll call this line 6. So I have a line 6 pedal board when I'm playing guitar, because I play bass, guitar, and keyboards live, and drums. But I don't play through an amp. I play through a line 6 pedal board or any MIDI pedal board you have. So my line, when we're playing live, I don't touch my pedal board at all. Excuse me, I have allergies, so I got to scratch my nose. But basically, you can go through. You have MIDI on that. You can go through, set the MIDI channels up, and then I just play along with the set, and just hit record when it's hooked up, and then I just click my pedals in the way I want them clicked, or I normally click them live. If I'm playing a solo and I want to wah, I can actually do my wah as long as it's on that MIDI board. And when the show plays back, it changes all my effects. It actually does my wah for me during the solos, the right parts, because you're pretty much playing the same thing for each song, and does all that kind of stuff too. And that same thing with if you have MIDI effects for your vocals, you can go in there and and set your MIDI effects up. A lot what we do. If we're running an external effect, I'll actually have her effect. It just basically turn it on and off. So it's on when she's singing, and it turns it off when she's not. So that way, it's not like just still a big echo when she's talking. Alicia's talking. Yeah, so we'll do that. I don't really switch the effects, different signals, but you can do anything you want with MIDI. So anyhow, basically you have all your whole run your whole show. But now if you want to bring in, now I'm gonna do this on the fly. I didn't have a video in mind, so I'm just going to grab a video. So I'm going to go over here, and we can just drag it and drop it right in this track. But basically, if you get your whole set up, you want it, run it off. So if I just highlight the whole set, basically the whole length of the set, and I went to File, Export, and wait for it to come on. There we go. And I'm just going to I'm not really going to export it, but I will kind of. I'll just, master track. All you're doing is basically making yourself something to edit to in in either Premiere or, Final Cut or whatever like that. But you go over here and you can click on export it, and then you can go over and really dial it in, as far as syncing things up. But you can also do a pretty good little edit job in Ableton Live. Just on your own. I don't have videos really synced up, but I'm just going to grab some videos. Let's see what we have. I don't have my other drives in. All right, this is nothing, but I'm going to bring it in anyhow. So I'll grab that, just bring it in, and I will drop it on this. Oh, you little bastard. It's going to make me change the format. Not the right format. Let me find a video that works. Oh, hold on. So you got to bear with me. I got to download one off of YouTube. So I'm going to do something with the other screen. So anyhow, anyone who's watching, how are you guys doing today? Why I'm doing this. So let me, excuse me. I just swallowed Nicorette gum down the wrong pipe. Bear with me. Let me just grab a video, download a video off YouTube, because I know that is the right format for Ableton. Ableton's a little finicky when it comes to getting the videos in there, and usually I know this, but it's been a while since I've actually done it. So I'm actually on another screen, so if you see me looking off this direction, I'm looking at another screen. All right. Why are you not cooperating with me? Bear with me. There we go. YouTube Studio. And quickly, Victor. All right, so we're going to just take this one right here. Download. All right. Oh, yeah, like, again, there's only certain formats that YouTube allows, but which is, I mean, not that Ableton allows. I'm going to grab this one. Let's see if we can get it to work. There we go. And if you upload it to YouTube, it'll download. It'll only download at 720p though, so, but same exact format. So now you'll get a little video monitor that pops up here. So basically, the idea is you basically just take your HDMI out, and then you can just make dual monitors. So you can't see my other monitor, but it's basically I just drag that over to the other monitor, and then you make it full screen. So basically, just pop like that. So now if I hit play, you know, it'll hit play, and then let me just go over here and bring that back down. But it will be playing the audio from here, so you definitely want to take your audio track and turn it down. So now, if you after you synced it up, now I can go through here and sync this up to this song. So basically, I can go over here and say, okay, you know, I want that part of the video to start there. You know, but now I actually want this part of the video to come in here. You know, and this part of the video, whoops, sorry, that was too long. We'll recolor that just so you can see what I'm doing. You know, so I can basically have one video here and songs playing.
Verse, 2, 3, 4.
You know, you get the idea. You can kind of do a basic edit. If you if you want, if there's like say one little part here, but you want to get it off grid, just see where the grid's at inside Ableton. Don't click at the top, click in the middle, and you just go right click and click on turn off. Then I can just grab outside of the grid. I can grab like this little piece, and you know, move it over. Or if I want to copy it, you know, basically just highlight it, hit Command, pull over, and then actually not Command. I'm sorry. Highlight. Say like this big of area, and I can hit Option on the highlight, and then I can go over there and just copies that piece. You know, then you can sit there and make that a little smaller. If I want to make that just kind of weird, I can just highlight it and hit duplicate. You know, you can have a bunch of little weird things going on. So you can do a basic edit. You know, there's Alicia wiggling her butt. Anyhow, so you can do that kind of thing and just kind of, you know, be creative. You know, you can definitely do a little edit in here. You can actually, even if you're editing videos in here, you can actually run the video off as well. You know, even with the audio, you can just, you know, solo the audio, or if you want to, you know, keep the video to whatever you edited to music-wise, you can just keep it, you know, muted here basically, or turn the audio down here and let this audio play, and just highlight the length of your video and go to File and Export. And my Ableton is going slow because I got 3 different programs going on right now. And then you just make sure that you come down here to Video and click on, you want to export the video to, we're going to click it, and we're going to export it as QuickTime. We're going to click on Edit to change the format a little bit. And so the right now the format is set to H.264, which is a good rating, high quality, and it's going to be come out 1080p. I can change the size by going here, and I can change it to, it won't go 4K, but it'll do, you know, 1080p, you know, 720, you know, and that kind of thing. But anyhow, so that's how you get videos into your live set. And basically, this is how we play our whole live set when we play as a band. I don't like to, I just want to click play and go, and I know when we're going to stop. Oh, one other thing real quick. You can actually, like, say if we get to this section, let me bring the grid back on here, and I want to solo, say a guitar solo over this. Let me find them. I can just kind of, highlight, say, like that much of it, or I can highlight a whole area. Let me get a better area. Hold on. So actually, I want to do the whole solo. So the solo, I just want to go from here to, I think, here. Let's hear. Yeah, I just want that to keep looping until I'm ready to be done. So I just highlight what I want, right click, and just click loop selection. So now it just gave me this little loop marker. Now you can only do this once. You can move it around in the song, but usually I'm only going to wank off for one solo area. So, you know, basically when it comes to here, wait till the loop happens. Now go loop again. Now I just keep going and going and going until I can just turn this little loop marker off, and I usually automate that. And now I'll turn it off. Finish out the rest of the song. Anyhow, that's how I do it. If we do have two different ones, what I'll do is, because I'll just I'll save the set like this. So I'll just go, you know, save, and that way when I open it back up, it's already set and ready to go. And like, say I do have another section down here. Say I want to actually, you know, loop maybe this section for some reason. Then what I'll do is I'll actually just add a loop marker here and just say loop, and then add a, whoops. Sorry about that. Add a loop marker here, and God, what am I doing? Add a loop marker here, and then I'll know where my loop starts and stops. I usually do that in a second, so I'll have one section here where we just play, and then we don't stop, and then the next section after we stop, I'll put in that if I'm going to do two loops. And then you just basically, after you've done that, while Alicia's talking or your front man's talking, you just grab the loop marker and move it down and line it up and get it ready in the background, and you just hit loop. Okay, there are a few other easier ways of doing that, but that's how I do it because I'm just that lazy. And then you have multiple loop sections. Anyhow, so that's going to be it for today. I hope you guys enjoy this and it helped you out a little bit. You know, like I said, we're just starting to do this right now. I'm going to start trying to do it every Wednesday, at least a half an hour to an hour. And, you know, and hopefully we'll get an audience growing on it. Right now, we got, it looks like 3 people, but I appreciate it. So we're going to kind of keep doing it each Wednesday. So come back. And if you guys have questions too, just feel free to put them on the comment. I'm just kind of doing what's in my head that day. But if you guys have questions and need help with something, just put them in the comments. I'll see them, and we'll actually just switch what I'm doing over to your guys' questions, see if we can't help you out. All right? So I hope that helped you guys out. Please make sure you like, subscribe, comment, and, you know, come back Wednesdays. And if we're in town, if we're not in town, then I won't be doing it. But, yep. All right, guys. We'll see you next time. Bye. All right. Thank you, man, for that great comment. See you guys next time.